Hello, welcome. Before we start, a few things for the folks in chambers. For an emergency, please note the exits on either side of the chambers and proceed down the stairs. Can that echo be turned off? It. Oh, hey, council members, can you hear me? Great. We allow 30 minutes for public speaking. Anybody in chambers can sign up at the podium. Anybody on Zoom, sign up through the chat if you have not already signed up. It'd be annoying. They can't understand me. I'm calling the meeting to order at 7:34 p.m. on April 5th, 2022. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. May I please have roll call?
Hang on. I got it. Alderman Hill,
Here.
Alderman Frankel,
Present.
Alderman Scott Childress,
Here.
Alderman Worthington,
Here.
Alderman Muhammad,
Here.
Alderman Davis,
Here.
Alderman Oliveri,
Here.
Alderman Shabbat,
Excused.
Alderman Hirsch.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum. Can I have a motion to dispense with the minutes of the previous meeting and approve same?
Second.
Motion by Tony Davis, second by Rennie Scott Childress. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is adopted 8-0. Can I have a motion to dispense with the reading of the general bills? Motion by Rennie Scott Childress, second by Michael Oliveri. All in favor? Opposed? Motion is adopted 8-0. We're now entering into the public speaking portion of the meeting. Everybody has 3 minutes to speak. I'll give you a 30-second warning. Looks like all our speakers so far are in chambers. So you will just come up to the podium and speak right. The microphone there will pick you up. You will come right to the podium where Pete is. First speaker is Benjamin O'Shea. Council members, this is the first speaker is Benjamin O'Shea. If you could state your name and address for the record before you speak.
Good evening. My name is Benjamin O'Shea. I'm the Executive Director of the Kingston Housing Authority. So, good evening, everybody, and thank you for this opportunity to just share very briefly with you a little about the Kingston Housing Authority that you may not know. The Kingston Housing Authority was established in 1948, and it's proud of its record of serving the residents of the city of Kingston by providing safe and affordable housing for almost 75 years. The Kingston Housing Authority has always been associated with, but independent of, the city of Kingston. It's associated with the city of Kingston in that the mayor appoints 5 of the 7 commissioners of the board, and 2 of the commissioners are elected by the residents. The current board of commissioners is the most diverse board in the history of the Kingston Housing Authority, I believe. And more importantly, what inspires me about the board of commissioners is their vision and their passion to preserve all of the existing inventory and preserve it for the next 25 years. The Kingston Housing Authority owns and operates 481 apartments ranging from efficiencies to five bedrooms. We administer 175 Section 8 vouchers in addition to the 481 units that we manage. So 100% of everything that we do is not for profit. Our main bottom line is to serve the community with safe and affordable housing. We are here this evening to encourage you to support, to vote, to approve the pilot that is before you. And if you are for providing affordable housing for the residents of Kingston, I want again to encourage you, and I thank you sincerely. Thank you.
Next speaker is Marge Knox.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing us to address the Common Council this evening. My name is Marge Knox. I am a board member of the Kingston Housing Authority. I was appointed to the board by Mayor Gallo, Shane Gallo, and I was reappointed by Steve Noble. So we're here tonight to, again, to encourage you to allow the pilot to be so that we can redevelop the Stuyvesant apartment complex. It's in dire need. It has some real issues that need to be addressed. We provide housing for low-income families in the Kingston area, and we all know how desperate people are to find affordable housing in the Kingston area. It has become outrageous, the prices that are being charged to families to rent out apartments. So we're very proud of the work that we've done. All that we do, we do it how it's supposed to be done, which is our meetings are public meetings. We have legal counsel to make sure that we're following all guidelines. In any bidding process, we always put out what we need to with the RFQs. The mayor is definitely involved. He gets a packet of our monthly meetings. You are welcome to come to our monthly meetings and ask any questions at any time that you would like to. So I just want to encourage you. It's something that the Kingston area need. I think that we've explained, and the developer that's going to do this, Malco, has explained, how this would be helpful for our city, how the city would benefit. And so, again, if you have any questions, please come to the meetings. We have a public comment at the beginning of our meetings every month. Our meetings are publicized. There's a notice in the Freeman, and there's also a notice outside the building in Roundout. So you're welcome. Please come and ask whatever questions you do. And thank you for your time.
Next speaker is Paul Lindsey. Pam Lindsey. Sorry. Pam Lindsey.
Yes.
Hello there. This is my first time ever doing anything like this, so please bear with me. I've been a part of the Stuyvesant Charter Resident Council from the beginning. And I've been at plenty of meetings with John Matteo and the company there, and they are more than willing to do big changes as residents ask for different things. They've ran into some problems, and they've corrected the problems that they found. It's just a wonderful thing to be a part of. As a resident, I live in Roundout Gardens, and I was elected by the tenants to be on the board. So I think it's a great thing, and I think that with your help, we can get this going and get the ball rolling. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Next speaker is Joe McDowell. I guess there's no feedback now, is there? Ah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe McDowell, I'm the chair of the Kingston Housing Authority. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for working side by side with us and trying to get this project to go. I sit here humbly speaking and to say that one of the reasons that we want to get this done to develop more housing for the city of Kingston, because there isn't that many housing, how much of housing left. And as I speak about this, I tend to think more and more how that affordable housing is needed in the city of Kingston. Not only that, but a lot of these properties or these housing authorities, this housing authority, there has nothing has been done to these buildings since the year 1970. And there's a reason why that we want this to be established, because people should live in the right way. People should be living safe, having a safe place to live, feeling comfortable. And it's only right for this to happen. It's not fair for tenants to live in the same complex and there hasn't been any rehabilitation completed, very minimal. Since 1970, that's a problem, and it's a sad situation. As a chair, I'm asking you to please have thoughts in helping us complete these projects in this proposal to help the city of Kingston and to help the community of city of Kingston, so that we can be positive and help each other out. And it's just not the elderly. It's just not the generation that's there. It's a younger generation in the future that we're planning on, that we're planning in the future, so that everything could go fine with them as well. We have to think of the future, not present. You know, we have to think of what we need to do as a positive society in making this happen. So please consider this proposal and let's make this happen as a community. We can't talk about it, we have to be about it and put our egos aside and make the right choice for our community. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Nobody else has signed up to speak. Is there anybody here who would like to address the council? Anybody else who'd like to address the council? Come on up. And if there is anybody on Zoom who would like to just throw your name in the chat, please. If you could, when you come up, just state your name for the record.
My name is Louis Gillis. Good evening, everyone. My name is Louis Gillis, and I'm delighted to have the privilege to talk to you this afternoon. I am a tenant, and I'm also a commissioner. What I would like to say, I do benefit from Kingston Housing Authority because it was at a point where things weren't going well. So the rent was sky high. So therefore, when I got accepted, it was at the right time because God knows what was gonna happen. That's the reason why I do not mind to serve the community myself because I understand the importance of it. I am the commissioner advisory. And with the tenants, we are all in a good accord in the sense that there's a project that is going on right now. So we do have Manco. Manco itself, what we can say, we really appreciate the work that we are doing because it's in the right direction in a sense that we, the tenant, up to now, we agree about what is going on. So therefore, I would appreciate that you do consider and also please help us out in a sense what has to be done should be done. The last time we spoke about the pilot, and which is going to be something really important to us if it's passed. Because, as we said, we are the tenant, so therefore, as far as income-wise, it doesn't sound so well for us. So please help us out, and we will appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Anybody else? We have no more public speakers, so we are going to close the public speaking portion of the meeting. We are now going to enter into a public hearing. This public hearing has been called by the mayor of the city of Kingston, New York, in regard to the CDBG CARES funding to support a mental health response pilot program. We have not received any speakers on this specific issue. If anybody would like to speak in chambers, just come on up. If there's anybody on Zoom, please sign up into the chat and we'll wait a couple minutes. Would anybody like to speak on the CDBG CARES funding to support a mental health response pilot program? Would anybody like to speak in regards to the CDBG CARES funding to support a mental health response pilot program? Hearing no speakers, I will close the public hearing portion of our meeting at 7:54 p.m. Thank you, and we're going to enter back into the regular schedule of our meeting. We now enter into claims and communications. Hearing no discussion, they will be on file in the clerk's office. Can I get a motion to dispense with the second reading of the general bills and pay same? Motion by Rennie Scott Childress, second by Tony Davis. All in favor? Opposed? Motion is adopted 8-0. We now enter into the report of committees, starting with resolution number 50.
Resolution 50 of 2022, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2022 transfer in the Department of Public Works in the amount of $31,235,000 to cover the cost of unforeseen resignation, retirement payouts.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution 51, please.
Resolution 51 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2022 transfer in the Department of Public Works in the amount of $5,136.80 to replace a broken streetlight.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 52, please.
Resolution 52 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, authorizing the mayor to fully expend the Dietz Capital Reserve for the Dietz Stadium and Dreda Pool Capital Improvement Project.
On the question? Hearing no debate, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution 53, please.
Resolution 53 of 2022, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, authorizing the mayor to execute any and all related documents and expend funds in the first instance for the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, Climate Smart Communities Grant number C01084GG for the Dietz Stadium Green Infrastructure Project. This grant was awarded in 2019 for the rehabilitation and repaving of the Dietz Stadium parking lot using green practices.
On the question? Alderman Tony Davis.
Thank you, Madam President. And I just wanted to, that I will be voting for this. I'm glad to see that this is, and again, it's still moving forward and the improvements in Dietz Stadium. This is just the first round. And I will be voting for when we do get around to the renovation of the actual stadium itself. But as a coach and someone that's frequently up in the parking lot there at Deet Stadium, this is a well-reserved repaving of this parking lot, and it's much needed. And so I'm looking forward to this move forward, and I hope everybody's going to be voting yes on this.
Thank you. Anybody else? Hearing no more discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution 54, please.
Resolution 54 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2022 transfer in the engineering department in the amount of $4,021.32 of committed funds in the Ed Ford Memorial Fund for materials and supplies to be used for the creation of 2 decorative lunettes for the Common Council chambers.
On the question, Alderwoman Michelle Hirsch.
Thank you, Madam President. I will be recusing myself from this vote as my son is enrolled in the school that will be doing the work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Rennie Scott Childress.
Thank you, President Schott. I would like to thank former Alderman Patrick O'Reilly for being a main force behind raising this money. I think there's nothing better than to have a city project like this involving so many people to improve City Hall with 2 more lunettes. And of course, no better person to honor in that process than Ed Ford, who was the city historian for 3,000 years.
Thank you. Anyone else on the question? Hearing no more discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 7-0. Moving to resolution 55, please.
Resolution 55 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, authorizing the execution of the payment in lieu of tax pilot agreement by and among the City of Kingston, Stuyvesant Apartments Owners, LLC, and Stuyvesant Apartments Housing Development Fund Company, Inc.
On the question, Alderman Rennie Scott Childress, and then Alderwoman Michelle Hirsch.
Thank you, President Schott. I will be recusing myself from any discussion or voting on this particular issue because I serve as a Kingston Housing Authority Commissioner.
Okay, thank you. Alderwoman Michelle Hirsch.
Thank you, Madam President. I wanted the residents of Stuyvesant Charter to know that I stand in favor of the apartments being renovated as they should have been renovated years and years ago. My understanding is the Kingston Housing Authority purchased Stuyvesant Charter back in 1999 with a HUD grant that was to be used to house our elderly and people with disabilities. Currently, 90% of the residents are extremely low income and fall below the 30% and very low income of 50% of the AMI. What I don't stand for in favor of is the funding structure for the proposed project, as it will be a for-profit project that will include the use of low-income housing tax credits that will give a profit to investors. Moving forward, rents will be increased and future residents will be charged 60% to 80% of the AMI, that's the local area median income. And we are taking extremely low income housing and creating affordable housing. For reference, the affordable housing at the Kingstonian that was approved would be 80% of the AMI. While the City of Kingston will be making more money yearly with the proposed pilot, this project will actually worsen our current housing crisis, where our most vulnerable community members will be left without housing. And so for that reason, I have to be a no vote because I have to think about the actual cost upon our city moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Alderwoman Rita Worthington and then Alderman Michael Olivieri.
Thank you, Madam President. So I'm going to be in favor of this resolution going forward. I have to say, while I am a representative of the city and we are to look out for the best interest of the city, on this resolution, I'm going to look out for the best interest of the tenants. It's been a long time that we have actually had tenants come up and tell us that they would like us to help them by moving forward with a pilot agreement, because they are satisfied with the developers as well as the Kingston Housing Authority in the way that they've been working together. So I choose to listen to them tonight. We've met with the developers as well as the KHA, and we've asked them a ton of questions with regard to, will this project remain affordable for residents of Stuyvesant Charter? And their answer has been that that is their intent, and they will move forward in every vein that they can to keep this affordable housing. So I think this is a win-win for both the city and for our residents at Stuyvesant Charter. And so I will be a yes on this because I'm listening to what the tenants and what the commissioners have told me, not just tonight, but previously. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Michael Olivieri.
So one of the things I talk about a lot is the greater good effect. I touched on this when we talked about the Kingstonian and doing what I believe is best for all the residents of Kingston. I have the same thought process when it comes to this 32-year pilot for the Stuyvesant apartments. For the residents and possibly some council members, this project is personal. But for me, I am thinking about everyone. When we talked about this in the committee meeting, I voted no. I was basing my decision on incorrect information regarding the assessed value of the development. I learned property deemed as low income has much lower tax bills to offset the fact that they are low income. I take pilots very seriously, especially one that's 32 years long. That being said, the annual amount Mount Co is paying in exchange for the pilot is more than the city of Kingston would receive in those property tax incomes. There are a lot of things about this project that I don't like, but as a council member, we don't have a say on those things. So in conclusion, to have a project that benefits the residents and benefits all of Kingston is the greater good. And for that reason, I will be voting yes on this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Alderman Tony Davis.
Thank you, Madam President. And I've listened to the remarks made today and remarks that have been talked about in our other meetings and with the constituents and the developers and the committee members. And as Stuyvesant being in my ward, and I've frequented over there many times, and I've had the opportunity to talk to residents over there. And I haven't heard one resident say that they did not want this pilot. And as I stated before, and as Mr. McDowell has stated, it's been a long time coming, and that these residents, these city residents have had any updates, upgrades to their homes. And I think it's important and prudent that the city and that we assist as much as we can in regard to these people, these residents, these constituents having a good home, a good environment to go home to. And if we don't do this pilot, these apartments are just going to deteriorate even more. And then you're going to have more people out in the streets or not having adequate housing. And if it can't be paid or it can't be afforded by the Kingston Housing Authority to pay to upgrade these homes, these apartments, they're going to fall apart. And then what's going to happen? These residents are going to have to either make the tough decision, stay in a decrumpled apartment, or move out and take their chances of being homeless. This is an opportunity for the city, the greater good, for these residents to upgrade these apartments so these constituents, these residents of the city of Kingston can have a proper place, a safe place, a healthy place, and an adequate place to live. So I will be in favor, a yes vote on this. do I take pilots? I take the pilots very serious, as has been mentioned before. And again, I have to just say that this is a good place to have a pilot in this particular incident. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Hearing no more discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 6-1. Michelle Hirsch voted no. Moving to resolution 56, please.
Resolution 56 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2022 transfer in the city clerk's budget in the amount of $33,000 to cover the expense of renovations, including new furniture and carpet in Conference Room 2, as well as new corridor furniture.
On the question, Alderman Rennie Scott Childress.
I'd just like to note that our employees in City Hall for a long time have not had an adequate place to sit down and have their lunch because Conference Room 2 has been in such a shambles. So I'm happy that we can do something here to improve their workaday lives.
Thank you. Anyone else? Hearing no more discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution 57, please.
Resolution 57 of 2022, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, amending section 390-96, schedule 13, school speed limits to reflect current posted speed limits.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution 58.
Resolution 58 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, determining that the Kingston Forward rezoning project is a type 1 action and that the Common Council act as lead agency in the State Environmental Quality Review Act, seeker, process pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 617.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 71, please. Oh, sorry.
59.
Moving to resolution 59.
Resolution 59 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of New York issuing a positive declaration in connection with the Kingston Forward rezoning project under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, seeker, process pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 617, and scheduling a public scoping session.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 60.
Resolution 60 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, issuing a negative declaration in connection with the Franklin Street Complete Streets project in the State Environmental Quality Review Act, seeker, process pursuant to 6 NYCRR Part 617.
On the question? Alderman Michael Olivieri and then Alderwoman Rita Worthington.
Just for clarification, was that a positive declaration or negative declaration? I thought it was.
That's negative declaration.
Okay.
Number 60. 59 is positive. 60
Gotcha.
is.
That was it. Thank you.
Yep. Alderwoman Rita Worthington.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to publicly again thank our city engineer, John Schulteis, and the project manager, Greg Krupp, for their extra attention that they gave to the public when going the extra mile to schedule another forum where the public could come in and ask questions and talk about this and get their questions answered. So I appreciate the extra attention that was given. So I just wanted to say thank you to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Hearing no more discussion, I will call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 61, please.
Resolution 61 of 2022, an ordinance amending an ordinance in relation to the traffic on the public streets of the city of Kingston, New York, removing handicap parking on Levan Street.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 62, please.
Resolution 62 of 2022, ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, amending Resolution 49 of 2022 to correct a clerical error to include the removal of no parking signs located on Westrum Street.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0.
President Shaw,
Alderman Rennie Scott Childress.
before we move to resolution 63, I would like to make a motion that we consider resolutions 63 through 69 as a block. All of those are related to balancing the books in the various departments from the previous fiscal year of 2021.
Alderman, there's a motion on the floor. Alderman Tony Davis, are you seconding it?
I would like to second that, Madam President.
All right, on the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote to block resolution number 63 through 69 into one vote. All in favor? Opposed? Motion is adopted. We are now blocking resolution 63 to 69. Our clerk will read all of the resolutions and then we'll take the vote.
Resolution 63 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year budgetary transfer in the city clerk's office in the amount of $54,301.96. Resolution 64 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in the wastewater treatment plant in the amount of $23,958.35. Resolution 65 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in the Comptroller's Sewer Fund in the amount of $37,148. Resolution 66 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in the Department of Public Works in the amount of $570. Resolution 67 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in the Police Department in the amount of $183,800. Resolution 68 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in the Comptroller's Office in the amount of $1,835. Resolution 69 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in the Fire Department in the amount of $201,158.67.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolutions are adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 70, please.
Resolution 70 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, authorizing ARPA expenditures allocated as per the attached committee report.
On the question? Alderman Rennie Scott Childress.
Thank you. I would like to thank Rita Worthington and a couple of other council members who pushed for increasing the amount of funding for housing in this ARPA funding. I would also like to thank the mayor for listening and being proactive to try to listen to what we were asking for and coming around to moving some numbers so that we were able to move another $400,000 into housing projects. As we all know, housing is one of the most crucial needs that the residents of Kingston have, even before the COVID crisis, but certainly because of the COVID crisis. So we're happy to be working in a lot of different ways to try to improve the housing stock and develop more housing in the city of Kingston so that we have comfortable and adequate and affordable housing for everyone who's living here. Thank you.
Thank you. I just had a note from Barbara that you didn't read the full resolution. I just got a notice from Corp of Counsel that Dee didn't read the full resolution, but that's all that we see. So can you please clarify, Barbara?
Let me pull the full copy, but there are multiple sections. I think the reading stopped just in the manner listed on the attached report. But do you all have a copy of the full resolution?
What are you asking for? Because if people have the committee report.
No, I just want to make sure that the full resolution, there are multiple sections on the proposed resolution. And I think what was read was just the section 1.
Yeah, there were multiple sections, there's 4.
Do they need to be?
Does that answer your question, Barbara?
Would you like these to be read out loud?
I couldn't hear Dee. I couldn't hear what she said.
There's 5 sections altogether, Barbara.
Okay.
Okay, the last one being that it takes effect immediately, but there are 4 sections before that. And usually we just read the title. Did you want all of it read?
That's fine. I just want to make sure, because some of the posted material was incomplete, I want to make sure that that what is before the council about to be voted on is the full resolution. So as long as everyone has it, that's fine. But I know was an outstanding question about the proposed list being incomplete. And I think this was one of the items that was left off of the list.
Would you like the committee report?
As long as everyone has confirmed that they have the full, complete copy of the resolution, I think we're fine to move forward.
Okay.
I'll assume that all council members have it, unless you speak up now. Okay. Thank you, Rennie. Anybody else on the question? Alderwoman Rita Worthington and then Alderman Michael Olivieri.
Thank you, Madam President. Just wanted to echo Alderman Scott Childress's comments. And I also wanted to add to that I'm very pleased that additional funds from the ARPA monies will be going toward the minority women's businesses, and that they will have first preference of those funds. So I'm very pleased to, that's happening in addition to the extra funds that went into housing. And also I would like to say thank you to the mayor for working in tandem with us as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Michael Olivieri.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to reiterate what everyone else was saying already. Thank you to the mayor, and thank you for listening to us and making the changes that we had requested. And finally, I just want to say, thank you again to the mayor for allocating some of these funds to all the brave men and women who worked during those, unsettling COVID times. And, thank you again to the mayor for allocating additional resources to make those, quote unquote COVID bonuses worthwhile for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else on the question? Hearing no more discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 71, please. I apologize. Alderman Tony Davis.
Madam President, before you go, I would like to request that we put resolution 71 through 74 into one block and the vote on as we did previously. And I believe they're all budget transfers. I believe we had that discussion last night.
Thank you. There's a motion to block 71 through 74. Is there a second? Second by Michael Olivieri. On the question, I'll call for the vote to block 71 through 74. All in favor? Opposed? Motion is adopted. We will be blocking resolutions 71 through 74 into one vote.
Resolution 71 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 budgetary transfer in the amount of $275,639 to cover the retroactive payment made as part of the 2020 to 2024 KPFFA contract approved by the Common Council in October 2021. Resolution 72 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in the Department of Public Works in the amount of $63,324. Resolution 73 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in the Parks and Recreation Department in the amount of $30,625.08. Resolution 74 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer from the comptroller in various departments in the amount of $85,894.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution 71 through 74 are passed 8-0. Moving to resolution number 75, please.
Okay, resolution 75 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, requesting a 2021 end-of-year transfer in Corporation Council in the amount of $77,910.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 76, please.
Resolution 76 of 2022, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, amending sections 390-109 and 390-3A of the City Code of the City of Kingston to provide for 2-hour zoned parking and to reflect the change in metered zones.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution 77, please.
Resolution 77 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, adopting updated language in section 346-1 to 346-5 Sidewalk Cafe of the Code of the City of Kingston.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 78, please.
Resolution 78 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, amending Chapter 330, Records of the Code of the City of Kingston.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 79, please.
Resolution 79 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, amending Common Council Rule 1, reference 2.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Is it 70? I think we're okay. Moving to resolution number 80, please.
Resolution 80 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, authorizing adopting an additional bond ordinance for the Franklin Street Complete Streets project design and construction.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution 81, it's a bond ordinance. So I'll ask for a long roll.
Bond ordinance dated April 5th, 2022. An ordinance authorizing the issuance of an additional $1,100,000 bonds of the City of Kingston, Ulster County, New York, to pay costs in connection with the Franklin Street Complete Streets and Sidewalk Restoration Project in and for said city. Alderman Frankel. Yes.
Sorry, aye.
Alderman Scott Childress.
Aye.
Alderman Worthington.
Yes.
Alderman Muhammad.
Yes.
Alderman Davis.
Yes.
Alderman Oliveri.
Yes.
Alderman Shabbat, absent, and Alderman Hirsch,
Yes.
and Alderman Hill.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted 8-0. Moving to resolution number 82, please.
Resolution 82 of 2022, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Kingston, New York, authorizing payment of a judgment to Cullen and Dykeman in the matter of City of Kingston versus Aslan Environmental Services LLC, Aslan Environmental Services LLC versus the City of Kingston at a total estimated to be $676,817.68, including accrued interest. Payment to be funded through 2021 and 2022 sewer fund balance.
On the question? Hearing no discussion, I will call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Resolution is adopted 8-0. That concludes our committee reports for the evening. Before we adjourn, does anybody have anything else? Alderman Tony Davis.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to close the meeting, and I apologize. I forgot to do this last month. I know I had several things I wanted to close with, but I want to close with Elizabeth P. Madonna, 96 of Hurley, who died on Sunday, February 6th, and at Golden Hill. Miss Madonna, who I just call her surviving, or her children, Debbie Madonna of Nashville, Karen Madonna, and her husband, Tim Imbler of Hurley, and Kevin Madonna, his wife, Victoria of Hurley. And Miss Madonna was a teacher in the Kingston School District for many, many, many years, starting out as a 5th grader at Mahara Elementary School and then working our way up to Mahar's principal. And so if you went to Mahar, you had a child that went to Mahar back in the 70s, 80s, they had Miss Madonna as a principal. And she went on to move from the Mahar to the Kingston School District Administration Office, where she was the chair of the Committee on Special Education, as well as the Gifted and Talent Program. So I wanted to close the meeting in memory of Miss Madonna and her daughter Karen being a good friend of mine. And then I also would like to close the meeting in honor of John and Mr. Dwyer, Sr., and who passed away on March 10th, 2022. And Mr. Squire was a city politician, spanning a period of 7 years during the 1960s. Well, first off, before that, during the 1960s and early 70s, he worked as a full and part-time as a city Kingston professional firefighter. And he went on to be for 20 years with the Ulster County legislator. And he leaves his wife, Miss Dwyer and Mrs. Dwyer and Teresa Cervello, and his children, John Dwyer Jr. and his wife, and Katie and Dennis and his wife, Valerie. And he has 4 grandchildren, Molly, Annabelle, Andrew, and Maggie. So I wanted to just close in memory of Mr. Dwyer. It was never a place where I wouldn't run into him and he would grab my ear about when he was a politician, et cetera, and he was a constituent in my ward. So it was an honor to represent him, and also an honor just to get to know him for so many years as I have. So that's where I'm closing it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Anybody else? Seeing nobody else, I will take a motion to adjourn. Motion by Rennie Scott Childress, second by Rita Worthington. All in favor? Opposed? Meeting is now adjourned at 8:34 p.m. until our next regularly scheduled meeting on May 3rd, 2022, when we'll hopefully all be together in chambers. Thank you. Have a nice night.